What's going on, Raiders? I apologize. I have had a heck of a couple weeks. Naz has been trying to get me back on here. We're back. Tees up, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up, pinkies up. Let's do this.
What do you know, guys? Let's do this. So, welcome to this side. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the alerts. Make sure you hit the like button.
Oh, I got to fight. I got Luke and the striped guy down here causing ruckus for a second. Y'all go lay down. You leave him alone and you don't toot on me again. And I don't care that that's on. No, we're going to leave it. Run with it. Y'all, animals do things.
It's in their nature.
So we talked a little bit about characters that we think might show up in Naz's video on Naz's side. So what do you think about some rework characters, Naz? Who do you think needs a good rework?
Well, and so watching the Clone Wars, there's one character that I keep seeing just bigger than life through every season. And when I play Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, I don't feel like he's that powerful like he is in the show. And I'm talking about Dooku. I mean, Dooku is a good character, but do you ever stop and say, okay, am I gonna make a squad around him, kind of like I do with Vader or something like that? He's always just someone you throw in there for the stuns.
No, I mean, that's really it. You put Dooku in there just to do one thing: control Galactic Republic forces. Because he's going to attack out of turn. He's going to hit like a brick house. And you never know what's going to happen. But they also say, per lore, that closer to the end of the Clone Wars, he was losing his power. He was losing his connection to the Force, and was losing his abilities to do things. So, I mean, that might be why he's the way he is, or it might just be CG just doesn't want to go back to any of the OG original set of characters from 2015, much like they won't touch on the bad mother truck. I want to make that clear, YouTube. That was truck Mace Windu.
I should put this one instead.
I mean,
there. I'm playing with buttons.
Yeah, right. That's like saying PK, and we all know who that is, so we're gonna let that go. But
Padme
Mace.
Kenobi?
You're not gonna goat me into that one.
Greatest of all time, right there.
Oh yeah, make sure we save that to a soundbar. But I don't know. I can't see them really going back and doing a rework. I mean, we need a Mace rework, especially if you watch the season 7, which you'll get there and you'll see it, and he'll have that beautiful speech moment, and you'll be like, no, he's a bad man. I mean, there's still a belief that he's still alive. So,
well, and even in the earlier episodes, Mace showed that he was powerful. He was formidable. So seeing him on the game, I don't see him being. When do you use Mace except if it's some type of Sector 5 conquest or Sector 4 conquest boss, just because he needs to tag along?
Yeah, I mean, after I get Kenobi, he might be there on the back wall, but I mean, we're so close to having most of the council. I mean, they should make a master's tag, and then we should go from there.
Well, and going back to Dooku, it's which one do you think is supposed to be more powerful in the series, Dooku or General Grievous?
Grievous actually was supposed to be more tactical, and harder to kill because he was he trained from Dooku, and he had the cybernetic implants, but Dooku was always a pawn for Sidious. He was always just there to assist in dueling with Anakin to make his rage get more and more, so that when it came time, because Sidious had the plan for, all right, you're going to kidnap me, Dooku's going to be here, and then Dooku's going to die. I'm going to let him die, and I'm going to make Anakin kill him. That's really where I feel it was.
take that argument out, but there was times when Dooku would take on Anakin and Kenobi at the same time, and they couldn't finish him off.
No, they couldn't. But it took Anakin to lose his anger once he had hit more powerful, and it was meant so that during the buildup of the Clone Wars, Anakin got more comfortable with the fact of killing an actual organic being, not just a droid. Because, you know, we have at the beginning of the Clone Wars, he decimates the Tuskens, you know, the women and children. And then, as you'll find later on, he finally takes care of Trench. I mean, anybody that's watched the Lord Vader release, you know, there's the Trench part. He takes care of Trench. Now he's all he's got left is to take care of the one person in his way per the rule of two.
Well, what Sidious could have done to make him lose his rage is just handed him a phone and told him to play Conquest. I'm sure that would have paid him off right there. They're like, oh, your anger.
Well played.
Here's some crystals.
Yeah, here's some crystals. Or 200 GAT and 5 watt shards today for some reason. We don't know what.
Yeah, I no longer say thank you. I'm just like, what's this mess for?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for more. I mean, aren't they supposed to be giving us Clone War Chewie shards when they mess up?
3 of them, right?
Yeah, every time. Here's 3 Clone Wars Chewie shards. Oh,
I missed those.
And there's what character that we missed out on. Trench. He's in the game. Why can't we have Trench? And then that would lead us to a new either capital ship or something, but we need some of those ships aren't rounded off. Those factions aren't rounded off. The First Order only has 4 ships. Bounty Hunters only has 5 ships. The Separatists, 5 ships. You're telling us our teams are 7. What's going on here?
And what I find is funny is that Geo's got those ships there. I don't remember seeing too many of the Geo ships.
Not once. The only time I saw a Geo ship was when Dooku flew away in it.
So that's Dooku's ship.
Or Asajj Ventress flew away in one.
So there's Dooku's ship coming up, right?
That was it.
That's what they're going to release is Dooku's ship, and it's going to be Geo.
Tinfoil hat. Oh, they're not coming for me. They kept going. We'll see what happens. I mean, if in Conquest we get a ship, then I will relic just Gear 13, Relic 1, my cup.
So what do you think is going to be the
I feel like I'm going to eat those words.
I think we got a picture of you eating a raven. Or crow, that's what it was.
Yeah, no, it was definitely crow. That was definitely crow.
So what do you think of, oh, good Lord, what would I say?
We are so far off the rails like a prom dress.
I know what it was. CG said they got something big coming. What do you think it is?
I think we're going to get Dad Bod Boba. I think we're going to get, let's see how this Book of Boba plays out. You know, we got Book of Boba the end of the year. We got a release date on that. That's a Wednesday night after Christmas. And then we've got Kenobi, Andor. Kenobi, they're saying May 4th.
Be with you.
And also with you.
Thank you.
And,
thank you. I was waiting for that. I was thinking something big, that maybe they could put another galactic store out there so we can get 3 tokens. So,
oh, Jesus, don't give them any ideas. It'd be nice if we just got the gear, the gear update first. That would be a wonderful thing. They've been holding that one out there on us.
Well, and they've been dumping things in the store for tokens and Zetas and things like that. I know Arnold hinted that they're getting ready for Mod 7.
Yep, they're getting ready for something. Cub said the same thing. They're getting ready for something, and now that we've lost the senior producer, Mark Dickerson, I think his name was, the guy we never heard from, who was responsible for monetizing other games out of their brains. We'll see what happens. I mean, it'd be nice to see him pull back on some of this monetization, but it's not going to happen. They got to they got to help the early gamer. And in order to do that way the mid gamer stays longer, because let's face it, like I've got so many purples because I'm stuck behind stun guns.
Oh yeah.
That, I mean, even if I want one of these end game players, like I just now have finally brought Boca Trash to gear 12. Well, I still got a full gear level to go, and then I got to take her to 5. And then I've got Yoda, I've got to finish up to 8. But I mean, granted, he's at 7. And I've got all but like one piece at where it needs to be. And then after that, I've got Mace Windu and Qui-Gon. And I'll be able to go after my Kenobi. So, I mean, I'm close. But we're still talking November by the time I'm ready to even start Kenobi.
They've got to be getting ready to put at least a new raid or something out there, right? I mean...
Well, they said no new raids. Because they got upset because we beat it, you know, because people with big brains and huge rosters beat it so fast.
Yeah, and then pump out another relic level, and that should make it even...
That makes, I mean, let's face it, say we've got how many relic 8s in our guild? That just made the pit so much easier. And I mean, they've already discussed that they're making the Sith raid simmable, but they're not going to dump out, you know, the tank on a challenge mode. Why not?
Well, and
it is what it is.
Something else, they got to go and release a legendary character here for us to chase. That's not a galactic legend.
Yeah, we do need some of those. I mean, it'd be nice to get a new Cad Bane with his new ship, Boba coming out. I mean, what if they even did that Bill Burr character? I mean, that would have been a good one to make.
I can see him as just a throw-on character somewhere. I don't really want to see him as something that's a big chase.
Frog Lady or bust, right? I mean, we'll see what happens.
Unless they throw out a completely new game mode, but I don't know. They got to fix some of their things.
How are they gonna? They got to find a way to monetize it.
So, what do you think of ships now in the Galactic Challenge? Has that hit the mark, or?
It helps. It helps because some of us have better ships than we do the characters.
Yep.
So I can actually max out some of those times.
I just don't think we have enough ships out there to make it really all that interesting.
I agree with that completely. And we talked about that earlier. We gotta finish up those factions.
I gotta make it so that some of the older ships are easier to farm. Either drop them in acceleration mode or lower down the tier so they can make it so that they're not capped at 5. At least if you're not going to go and accelerate it, make it so that you can go and just burn crystal on some of them. Make maybe sector 1 of the either not conquest, but the cantina, or it's not cantina, but not light side or dark side, but the ship challenges.
The ship one, yeah.
Maybe make the first one so it's not capped.
It'd be nice. I mean, I've got 3 ships left to finish. Everything else outside of the Razor Crest. Let me preface that, not the Razor Crest, but I have the Sith Assassin.
Easy for you to say.
Ship. Is it like, right? Is it like 91 out of 100? So I mean, it's almost at 7 stars. And then there's Poe Dameron, and then young Lando, Millennium Falcon.
So why haven't you finished that one up?
Yeah, I had other things going on. I mean, I'll finish them up, but because I want all my ships to be at 7 stars, and then I can actually focus my fleet stuff on just the gear for gear 12 that's in there to go to gear 13. Makes it difficult when you're trying to divide. All right, well, I've got so many ships that I've got to finish, and if I want to have a thicker roster for GAC, I need these things at 7 stars.
Something else I haven't heard. There's supposed to be a couple other series that are coming out, right? So, like Kenobi is supposed to be a series coming out in 2022.
May the 4th. We just touched on that.
And then there's supposed to be Andor. 22.
Yep. And that's more of that Rogue One stuff. So is Cassian going to get an update? Is K2 going to get an update? Bo or...
There's one character they definitely have to be bringing out, and they've been holding in their back pocket. It's got to be Saw
Gerrera. I mean, I would love to see a Saw Gerrera. Now, the question is, which version of Saw Gerrera do we get? Do we get the in Bad Batch version where he's still not got an iron lung strapped to his chest? Or do we get the Rogue One version where he's got the iron lung strapped to his chest? And he's just an old Forrest Whitaker can't see straight kind of guy.
If I'm CG, my answer would be yes. I mean,
Both.
you can't have, unless you can have a full squad of Han, why not have a full squad of Saw, right?
I mean, we're pretty close on the full squad of Han. We just need one more. No, we can't have. Oh, I forgot all about young Han. Okay. That's just a little egg on my face.
Forget this whole canon stuff. Let's just have factions of the character. You can have a squad of all Lukes, and then you'll have a squad of all Hans. That will be your squad. Then start with Saws. Then go to Sidious, call him whatever you want, Sid the Kid, whatever, and just move from there.
How do you... Oh, we got what? We got C, Pelt, Sidious. What do we need? Oh, we need the Senator whose alt move is to turn into Sidious.
For some reason, I was thinking like he's a vampire. He just, puts his cloak over his head and then comes back and...
Oh, you're in season 5. Just wait.
His eyes are getting darker with every episode, so I can tell it's getting close.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's going to be a disturbance on Mandalore. Bring me my shuttle.
Yes.
And then there's going to be a presence I haven't felt since Master. You'll figure that out. Best scene, best choreographed event in the whole thing.
Right now I'm stuck with the whole platoon of droids going from one episode to the other, and I'm having a hard time dealing with that.
So horrible. Why don't we bring those guys in? Why haven't we got those, the R8 and the, those guys?
So are you happy to see me, or do you just have a kernel in your pocket?
Yeah, right. Like, there's a lot of good characters that we run into. Like, we have no Pikes for Spice. We have characters that you'd think were like non-sequential, but why don't we have any Red Dawn members? Like, why is it that Kira doesn't have a Red Dawn, or that the new Maul doesn't have Red Dawn attached to him? He's got Scoundrel. Well, he should have Red Dog.
What about the Death Squad? They were on Mandalore.
Yeah. I mean, Death Squad, Sabine's family, House of Ren. You should have, there's a lot of factions out there that we run into and we run across, and like through Rebels and through the Clone Wars set itself. And then now we're starting to touch on these later on. Like, I was thinking about a team today.
Light side separatists.
I mean, they were there. I mean, they were separatists, but they didn't want to participate in the war. They just wanted to be separated from it. And that was a thing. I mean, there was the one that Padme kind of had a former thing with, and then there was, the character that Ahsoka is friends with. I thought my cat was about to fall off the railing. I apologize. Skelly, get down. Marcellus, come on. If he falls and I jump up, I apologize in advance. In the meantime, I mean, there's a lot of factions, and we've been touching on this the whole video. So we'll see what happens. I mean, CG has got their idea of where they want to go. It's not going to match up with what we want. But here's a team for you to think about. Mon Mothma, Cara Dune, Biggs, Wedge, Fulcrum.
Buff and damage. I think I said that right. Buff and damage. Yeah.
Yes, you did. That's BUFF space. Everybody. Just helping out YouTube.
And they appreciate it.
All right. I think with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've nailed everything we want to get after today. What do you think, Naz? We touched on everything?
Leave them wanting more. That's what I say.
All right. You got any word with him?
Enjoy Conquest.
Move, Banner. Keep your powder dry, y'all.
Talk to you later.